Hello, this is Mr. Ron, aka the Icon. And I want to talk about the 7 years I had of depression. This is my last year, and of really being depressed. Really, the sum up of everything. It was like I started back when I was 25. I remember I caught my first felony. It was a home invasion, and I did that for 6 months, and I've been in jail for 6 months. In jail for, I could got out in 3 weeks, but they told me a plea. They gave me that stupid ass plea for 15 years, and I was 25, and I said I'm not going, and I, at 85%, so I would be coming home at 39 or 40, because if I get some good time. But I could got out 3 weeks, but not actually I could got out 3 weeks, but I went to prison for 15 years. Well, they gave what I stayed there until they gave me a plea for probation for burglary. You know what I'm saying? So I took it 2.5 years of probation. Well, which the message which I'm trying to say is that, I just was just tell you about the thing. When I got out, I wanted to do own real estate. I want to do that, and I want to drive trucks, but I was scared. So I hopped in a relationship with my child's mother. There's nothing wrong, she's good people. She's good people to somebody, but she was not good for me. You know what I'm saying? You ever had that person you just get in a relationship because you were scared to do something that God have purpose for you. For his purpose, God got a plan for you, and you know it's in your heart God got a plan for you. Where you hop in a relationship to shield you or distract you so you won't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Scared. I was scared. You know what I'm saying? So so you use that spousal as an excuse why you not doing what God planned for you. So it was good for like the first couple of months, but after like 4 years and 9 months, it was just misery. You know what I'm saying? It's miserable. So after me and her decided that we gonna go our separate ways, I hopped in another relationship because I was still scared. You know what I'm saying? I was like, God said, he said, I'm gonna get you alone. And then you gonna have to, he said, I remember that day I was like 20, I was like 30, 29, 30, because my son was just born. And then God said, I'm gonna get you alone one day, and you're gonna have to do what you will sit here to do. And so therefore, I went to another relationship after my child's mother. I went to another relationship. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was still not right for me, but I was still scared of what I wanted to do. But at that time, God was changing me because the couple months I was alone, and I was all talking about when I remember I got my CDLs because my child's mother kept putting me out. And then, so I said I could live on a truck, and just rent free. I just could live on a truck. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Save my money until I get in a better predicament. But, but I was still scared at the same time. So I went to Covenant. You know what I'm saying? That was not my first choice. But I was too scared to be a driver alone. I was too scared to do anything. So I went to Covenant 16 driving. And then, I went with this girl because I have an excuse. If I don't like it, have an excuse to quit. I was scared, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't. Then Covenant made me realize that I can't even drive with people. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't do it with people. I just couldn't drive with people. I like being alone. Found out because you got to deal with other people's situations and other people's dramas and shit. And I was going through. I see my child. It still affects me to this day, but it was not that hard because it was an impact. It was an impact because you be with your child for the whole year when he first born, seeing his eyes open, and he always wanted you to go to sleep and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was like, it was devastating. So what happened was I got with this other girl after my child's mother, my baby mama, and then I got with her, knowing damn well to me, I knew it was about to break up, but I was like, I was living in a fantasy world, and I was thinking that we gonna marry, and I knew the kids for a long time, so they was in diapers, all her kids, so it was like pretty much a change, but in my heart, God was changing me, and I didn't know how to accept it. And what happened was that I I literally was changing, and how I was reacting to it harshly. I was lashing out. What I'm saying? God was changing me. I was wanting to go to, she didn't want to go to the church, but I wanted to go to church. And one of her kids wanted to go to church. She used to go to church all the time. One of her kids used to go to church. She had 4. But one of her kids used to go to church all the time. And, other than my son saving me, I always say today, one of her kids changed me. Because she wanted to go, and that changed me. And I couldn't go back to how Whitney used to be, drinking and doing drugs. And, I couldn't do it no more. It was like I gave all that up. I couldn't do it no more. I was wanting to go out. I wanted to go to free market and shit. And then, pretty much after that, the relationship was dead. You know what I'm saying? So, when she broke up with me, told me she had feelings for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I remember sitting in the truck, and for 6 days straight, I remember sitting in the truck and crying. I mean, I was doing my job. You know what I'm saying? But laughing. But I was like, it was like. You ever heard of the Smokey Robinson song, "The Tears of a Clown"? I remember sitting in the truck crying, just eyeballs crying. And I was not crying because of my baby, the girl that I left, the girl, not the baby, the girl I met after my baby mama. It was not because of her at all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I said it was all. 10% was that because, I had so much, hopes for her. I thought she would be there for me. You know what I'm saying? But she was there for me in the physical aspect because she was always there. In the physical aspect, emotionally, she was not there. You know what I'm saying? She was not there emotionally and mentally. She was not there emotionally and mentally. She was just there physically. You know what I'm saying? If I said 3 things, that's what I found out about. That's another thing I found out in a relationship. It takes 3 things for a relationship to work: emotional, physical, and mentally. You got to be emotionally there, physically there, and mentally there. There's only 3 things in a relationship. It's 2 of the things, you can work on the other, but she was just there for 1. And emotionally, she was not there. I was most emotionally deprived, for a lot of things. Because it's in that relationship, it was more like taking care of her and taking care of her kids. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be there for mine, so it was like a contradiction for me, and I couldn't handle. I can't handle well with contradictions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to be there for her, and then I couldn't be there for my son. I had and then when she left me, nobody didn't know I had no money in the bank. I had a job. That's the only thing that was good for me. I had a job. But I ain't had nothing in the bank. I had nothing because everything I spent was licensed out to her. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't had shit. So I was working a job. I'm talking about 6 days a week. I'm crying because I'm asking God what the hell, and it happened on a Sunday. So I cried for 6 days. I'm talking about 6 days. And I'm talking about crying every day. I parked the truck and I sit down and cry. You know what I'm saying? Just cry. And all this, I'm a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I pay the bills. I make sure the kids can eat. I'm trying to make sure everything is going on. Because deep in my heart, I felt like I was a good daddy. But it was like when my baby mama took my son away from me, I said, I always wanted to be a father. You know what I'm saying? Because I never had one. So I always wanted to be a father. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be that, that fairy tale. You get married and you handle the kids. You go through situations, but you go through it together. Because I saw my mom, even my dad, but I saw my mom and my dad, my dad went out, but he raised somebody else. And I always saw that. And I always saw my mom and her husband. We went together and they raised the kids as a family. Even though they went through struggles together. And then it would seem like that every time I get in a relationship, it was only 2 relationships, but every time I get in a relationship, some things go bad. Like with my BM, I ain't touch bases with her a lot. I touched bases with the girl after my baby mama. It was that every time my baby mama get mad, she put me out. You know what I'm saying? Every time a problem comes, I gotta get the fuck out the house. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. It was just every time I got put out about. I can't count You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it was. Like, I could have kind of had to sleep in my friend's house. Every time something go bad, I had to sleep in my baby house. It was nothing. I never cheated. You know what I'm saying? The first time around, because me and my baby mama, we really broke up. The last time we really broke up, I started, you know, and she cheated on me, so I lost trust. So what happened was at the last, that was like the last year I started cheating, because when she cheated on me, I just lost all trust, and I started doing. Then that's the girl I cheated on, and I ended up being with, and then she left me. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. I can't blame her because I met Shoe cheating. So why the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it is what it is. So, you know, because the girl that left me cheated on me with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Duh, you know what I'm saying? I was not crying because I knew that, you know what I'm saying? I left you, I cheated on my baby mom for you, so what the fuck don't think you're gonna do that to me. But I remember I was crying, and then I remember the 7th day, I would never forget this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a voice. I don't know what the fuck the voice came from. I was crying in the truck. It was a Sunday. I was crying in the truck. I was listening to TD Jakes. And then something told me to turn it down. I'm finna talk to you. It said, I got you alone. What you gonna do now? He said, you've been 7 years. He said, no, he said, you've been 6 years running away from me. Just running and ducking and dodging and running from me. Now I got you alone. What you gonna do now? You know, and then I ain't had no response. I just said, God, I knew it was God. I said, God, I don't have no choice to walk your will. He told me instructions like, this year gonna be the hardest one for you. After the year, he said, if you follow me, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get everything your heart desire. And then, if you don't know, you can read my. If you look at my other YouTube videos, my heart desire a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? And not once, I don't want to be famous, but I do want to get enough money to help out people. That's the reason why I'm doing this YouTube, because people get famous through YouTube and spend on cars and diamonds and houses and doing a lot of abnormal shit. You know what I'm saying? I really want to help people real bad, because I will help people that's been in the situation that I've been in. And it's not being selfish, you know what I'm saying, in a way, because if you look at it like, oh, that's being selfish, you want to help people because you've been in the same similar situation. It is. I just feel that that's just human anatomy, that if you been in a situation, you feel more of the people. I got offended. I got evictions. I had bad credit. I'm working on it now. I had bad credit. I had all these things. I had bad credit. I had felonies. I've been homeless. I've been to jail. You know what I'm saying? I just want to help out them people, because, you know, if you're not a person that got none of them things, you in the circle. You the 1%er, believe it or not, because you got all them things there. I got all of the above, and you the outside. You on the outside looking in, and I want to get the people that, you know, that been through them things, because I got all them things, that I want to give them help. You know what I'm saying? Help. You know what I'm saying? But that's what my heart desire. You know what I'm saying? Also to be rich, but that's everybody else. That's everybody's thing, to be rich. But that's my happiness, to help somebody out. That's my happiness. So I remember driving. That's when I have my new purpose on life, because when God got me alone, I started discovering things about myself that I hid when I got in a relationship. I started when I was by myself for like 7 months. So I was by myself, and I started discovering myself. And then things I was, depending on the 2 girls I was with, found out I could do it myself. I could feed myself, you know what I'm saying? I could clothe myself. I could, you know, a little simple shit, you know what I'm saying? You think that a man supposed to be Superman, but I found out that I want to be Superman, but it's better to be Clark Kent. You know what I'm saying? Clark Kent, you know what I'm saying? Superman is all high and mighty, but Superman can't do things that Clark Kent could do. Like, Superman can't go out in public and be himself. You know what I'm saying? Superman can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I found out Clark Kent was better, and he's more of my hero, because Clark Kent could be like, I could be myself. He said I could be goofy and all this. Superman couldn't be goofy. If you read the Superman comics, think about it. Superman can't go out there and be goofy. Superman don't have no friends. You know what I'm saying? Superman is Superman. He's here to save the world. We look at Superman like, oh, he's saving the world. He's a hero. But on the outside, Clark Kent is the one that's, you know what I'm saying, he more comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, because Clark Kent, he could be himself and being Clark Kent, be the goofy motherfucker as Clark Kent. And I found that out. I could be Clark Kent. I'm always trying to be Superman. And that's a theory I just thought about. So you can take it how you want it. But so I was thinking to myself, I found out, so when that situation happened, and my truck got towed, I got locked up for some shit I didn't never do. I was not more mad. I was more depressed because it's gonna be harder for me to find a job. That was the only thing about right now that was like, it's gonna be hard for me to find a job, you know, because I'm going through this shit and then it's gonna be hard for a job. But like I said, trust in God, because God was like, you know, this one right here gonna be the hardest you're gonna face. And then that was way back in February. So February came, I started doing YouTube. This one I started doing YouTube. And March, the whole month was hard. April came, and then another voice came, things gonna get a lot better now. The rest of the year, the rest of your life gonna get a lot better as long as you focus on God. And I found out, like, the devil tried to throw, because now it's like the book of Job. I went through the book of Job, losing everything and shit. Still praising God, still doing my Bible videos, and still doing that. And then when I started praising God, really started getting closer to God, and because it's like the God took his hinges off me and then let the devil attack me. I got sick. I thought I had the coronavirus. I got sick. I started losing everything. Everything I try to hold on to, like my baby. I try to hold on to my baby mama. I try to hold on to my child. That vanished. I try to hold on to the girl that left me for another guy. I try to hold on to that, and the kids that left me. You know what I'm saying? I try to hold on to this job. You know what I'm saying? But all that was in vain. You know what I'm saying? So in the same time, I was trying to hold on to that. And then the job, but it was in vain. It was not because it's the glory of God. It was just because I'm holding on to it because it's in vain. You know what I'm saying? All that was in vain. And so I lost the job. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm still on house arrest, but you know, I'm on house arrest, and I was saying, dang, I lost everything. I was like, it's like you on Mount Everest, on top of the world. You got the girl you think you finna marry, the family. You know what I'm saying? They was not perfect, but it felt like it was perfect for me. And I got the good job. I was on Mount Everest. It's like you on Mount Everest and falling off. You know what I'm saying? That's how it feels. You falling off and you hit the bottom. Now you got to start all over. And then now you don't know where to go, because now at the time I was searching through every door and it was like I hit a brick wall. I was searching through every door, and after I get to the door, I hit a brick wall. And then when I found out, like, you know what? I was just finna sit back. Everything started going better. Now I'm walking through doors, tiptoeing through doors. I'm walking through doors, now it's like, you know what? It's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? I still got life, you know what I'm saying? And so then things start opening up more. Little bit blessings I see. God be blessing me. And then now I know it's like I told you, the book of Job. Right now the blessings is like coming from, now you know it's coming from God. Instead you trying to search and finding your own blessings and getting your own blessings. It's like the blessings you getting now is coming from God, because he got so many no's and so many no's. And it's like, now I know this is coming from God. God put me through a testament. Now I know this is coming from God. And I just want to tell you this, like, you know, trust in God, you know, for real. Because I see, like, this job is for the hire me. Because I trust in God. Trust in God. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking, usually I look for another relationship. I get another relationship. And hop in another relationship and have a fantasy, because I'm like I told you about the Pisces, I'm a Pisces. So it's like, I have a fantasy of what we supposed to be, but in reality, we're not at all. We're not at all. And I'm thinking like, okay, this is the big picture. We're gonna be here, you know, in 7 years we will be in this situation, and then 7 years we will be in this situation. It's only 14 years. I trust, imagine I'm 32, so I'll be 46. I'll still be young. So it's like we will be in this situation 7 years. We will be well off, and then another 7 years we will be in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I think 20 years ahead. But the situations I put myself in, I couldn't, you know, maneuver like I wanted to because there's always something come up, and I got to spend money, and I couldn't pursue what God got for me. So it's like you gotta. So what I'm trying to tell, my message is, long story short, I know I spent a lot of time on this, but God puts you in situations that it's gonna define you, make you stronger. Either you sink or swim. That's what they say, you sink or swim in this world. But God puts you in a situation knowing you get stronger. God didn't kill me, you know what I'm saying? The COVID-19, he didn't kill me. He put me in a situation to get me away from it. Y'all talk about, he put me in a place that this motherfucker, I've been here 2 years. For 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Not in this situation. I mean, clear that up. When I was in Chicago, my mom moved to the suburbs, and I've been out here for 2 years. It's more like it's a lockdown 24/7. So he put me in a situation that I couldn't contrast COVID because people don't fuck with people out here. They go to work. It's like a retirement suburb. You know what I'm saying? So he put me in here. Otherwise, because he could have put me in the city, and it's more likely I catch COVID because everybody fuck with everybody in the city. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just had that flinch. But like I said, but trusting God because like I see like everything, every little minor thing, even though I wake up in the morning, I say it's a blessing, thank God. You know what I'm saying? I could live another day. This job finna hire me, I could live another day. It was like a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but the past 2 relationships, I'm talking, they good for somebody else, but it's not good for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to do better in my life. I'm not saying they don't, but their idea of doing better with their lives, it's not my idea of doing better with their lives. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to do better, but it's different scenarios. I don't want to do better like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I broke up my BM, and she used to tell me, like, when I broke my BM and I got with the other girl, I used to tell her, I said, yeah, I want to go on real estate, help out the homeless. And she tell me why. And then that was an argument because I was like, what you mean why? You know what I'm saying? But she didn't understand she didn't understand my history. She thought that I always had a job, I took care of the family, but you know, when a problem come up, I didn't know how to handle it, you know what I'm saying? I always a laugh and joking one, but if I had a problem, I didn't know how to handle it. Because say if it's a bill come up, and I gotta work, and I'm a workaholic. She didn't know that I was very workaholic. If I get a job, I work it to death. Like I do this YouTube, I work it to death. I get in the stock market, I work it to death. And then when I'm passionate about something, I work it to death. And she didn't know how much passion I have when I work. And then work is like my passion. And then she said that she wanted me to be there more, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't, you know what I'm saying, because I wanted to work, you know what I'm saying? I just knew in the future I'd be there more. If I work right now, I said, and I used to tell her, if I work right now, I could be there in the future, but it'd be there in the future. But she couldn't wait till the future. She wanted right now. Everything was right now. Like, in her mind, it was like, get rich overnight. She wanted to get rich, but get rich overnight. And in my mind, I know that you can't get rich overnight unless you hit the lotto. And then in the lotto, you got to find outlets to do with your money, make your money grow, because you could be rich, you could be broke. I don't give a damn you hit 300 million, you still could be broke in a matter of days, or a matter of weeks, or a matter of months, or a matter of years. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be broke because you just spending constantly spending. So besides, if you hit a lot of people typically don't have a budget plan, they just keep going. So they just keep going. So I look at the things in life, and you know, them two is my worst relationship in my life. I'm talking about, I thought I had some relationship, but them two, my baby mama and the girl after, was the worst relationships I had in my life. But also, to mind you, even in the worst relationships, I learned the most from it. You know what I'm saying? I can't put it in the words. I gotta make another whole nother video of how much I learned in them two relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because in the 5 years I was with my baby mama was one, it's the worst. And then after that was the second worst. And then it was like when I was really really put my hand down on it, I really learned the most. Because it caused me the worst pain. Because it was like them two was the ones I was trying to propose to. You know what I'm saying? And then I was thinking of proposing to, but I never really got out. Thank God I never did. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, thank God I saved myself. And thank God I only got one pregnant. You know what I'm saying? It was a close call for the second one, but thank God, because, and I'm not saying they not bad. I'm not saying like they bad people. They was not fit for me. And I keep saying that to y'all because I don't want to get it twisted. That they was never meant for me. They was never meant for me, because my idea of terminology of life was it was an argument with them. So it was like drinking, smoking, and popping pills or doing drugs and shit like that was like never my intentions. It's not me. I mean, I'll drink sometimes, time to time. Smoking cigarettes, at least see, I've been smoking cigarettes for a long time. I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 12. But that's besides the point. But all that other shit, that was not me. Drinking was really not me. I drink from time to time again, but I don't really drink like that. And I was drinking heavy and doing all that. So I just found out that it was not for me. I was more of getting my life straight and helping out other people. And I couldn't do that with them. I felt like it was like I was stagnant. And I like, if you know, I like to move around, but it was like I was stagnant and I was getting worse. Right now, I'm stagnant, but I feel like I'm getting better. See, difference. That's a big difference with me, and definitely with me in my heart, because I feel like, even though I'm a house arrest, but I'm stagnant, but I feel like I'm getting better. With them two relationships, it was 6 years of that relationships, and now I'm by myself. I'm going on a different course because I'm not trying to find nobody else. I'm trying to find my life and where my footing is in real life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I got a girl that, you know, girl for a friend. I call her my wife. You know, I say that a lot in my videos because she's been there for me for a long time. You know, since I was. She told me. I remember she used to tell me like, the girl I call my wife, but we ain't gonna never really get married or nothing. You know, but we ain't gonna really never be together because she always there for me. But it should, but she got a boyfriend and shit, so it's like I call her my wife, and she call me her husband. And but they do know, so don't get it twisted. Do know that we got that situation going on. We call each other that, but she's my best friend, and she told me, if you stop getting in this relationships, in our relationships, and you do what you need to do, you don't need to. You'll be a lot further than what you is now. You know, but I was like, she knew I was scared, and I was just doing that to cover myself. But the funny thing is, man, like the worst pain of them two relationships, I told you them two was my worst relationships, that through pain, you will learn a lot. Because pain, we don't have a tolerance for pain. Pain, physical, emotional, or mental pain, makes you learn the most. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's the three keys. Like the physical makes you learn, the emotional make you learn, and the mental make you learn. Them three pains, you can't, because you in a good time, you could tolerate good time because everything going good. But pain make you realize something. You know what I'm saying? Pain make you realize it. You know what I'm saying? You cannot ignore pain. And I was there, like physical pain, I could deal with physical pain. I might not learn enough, but emotional pain, because I'm a guy, I can't really handle emotional pain. And I was in emotional pain, and I couldn't handle it. And it was like, I learned so much from emotional pain that, you know, it's like when shit happens again, it's like, okay, you know, I know what to do because I had been through it before. You know what I'm saying? And with them two, I'm kind of happy that I've been with them. At first, I was damn, I should never, put my dick in her, and damn, I should never put my dick in her. I know I should have put my dick in her because I knew it would fail. But now that I'm looking back on it, this is something on my mind. And now I'm now looking back on it. It's like, you know what? I'm happy that I've been with her. I'm happy I've been with her too, because it's like I know what not to do, what qualities in a woman to not to look for. Oh, whoa, you doing that? Let's be friends. I ain't gonna do too much to help you. You know what I'm saying? I know now. From them two, and they two different women, two separate, but I learned a lot through them two, and I also want to thank them because I won't be here. Doing better, way better than what I was with them. I'm doing way better than I was with them, and I thank God that I've been with them. So the thing with my thing is trusting God. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe.